Welcome back. So, what are some of the potential concepts from the effective humanistic approach that are still useful in today's modern language classroom? Well, no doubt teachers still show general concern for how students might feel within their classroom. And it is extremely useful to understand principles of language learning such as the affective filter, which we went over in some detail in our first course, Foundational Principles. But there are also specific techniques that are still used today that were popularized by the methods found within this effective humanistic approach. Positive reinforcement. While maybe not so deliberate in today's classes, the idea of positive reinforcement still resonates among lots of teachers today. Since many language learners, young and old, find it difficult to learn a new language, helping learners to take risks and be comfortable, especially being comfortable making mistakes, is a powerful way to engage students in language learning. Multiple concerts. Again, perhaps not so deliberately, but what used to be done to help students receive information was to listen to a dialogue or reading more than once. The first time through, students would listen to a dramatic reading with a copy of the script in front of them, and it might even be done in concert with the rhythm and intonation of a piece of classical music. The second time through, they would be invited to listen to the dialogue at a normal rate of speed, and maybe take some notes afterwards. A third time through, they might be asked to complete an outline of their notes. The idea is that learning doesn't just happen with a single pass, and that students can get more and more information through each additional concert. Secondarily, it helps students recognize that it isn't necessary to capture every single word the first time through, and that success can happen through repeated effort. Dramatization. Having stories and then acting out those stories help to reinforce vocabulary and grammatical items, as well as allow learners to enjoy the concepts they are learning. Have you ever been in a class where you were asked to represent someone else, where you even had to act? In some sense, by permitting students to be different people or different characters, they can lose themselves in a moment and embrace the silliness of a dramatization. No doubt it is a time for active learners to demonstrate their performance abilities. However, one note is that not all learners tend to enjoy acting out in front of large groups, and so accommodations should be made to allow all to participate. Often I will have students join the script writing team or the performance team, which allows some of them to show their ability to create a performance without actually having to perform. Just an idea. So, modern teacher, you have now been given some possible techniques you might include in your own teacher toolbox. Positive reinforcement, multiple readings of a dialogue, sometimes called a concert, and the use of dramatization or other ways to help engage students and especially get their creative juices flowing. I have found that some of the most enriching activities are those that allow students to stop learning and start creating. And I strongly encourage you to allow your students to do the same. See you next time on Teach English Now.